What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Wick, Ill, a.k.a. Charles Brown, back again with another What Really Happened. First, I want to ask you, are you good? Good. All right, man. Your boy started doing shows a long time ago, a very long time ago. And one of my first goals when I started doing these shows, first of all, it was just like to put my own crew on. Let's just be honest. First time I was doing shows, I was putting my own crew on. Mud Kids back in the day. And then I started to get the bright idea to start doing showcases, putting other rappers on and seeing as many people can get on the show with us and just building a community. Because what happened was you used to be doing all these showcases for these other people. We used to have to sell tickets. This lady named Darnessa, smart businesswoman, smart. I didn't even know how smart she was till I got older and got into it. Probably 20 years after I was doing the work. She used to give everybody tickets. I mean, it was, if you looked at it a certain way, it was kind of like, it could have been like kind of messed up. Because to get on Darnessa's stage, you had to move some like 20 tickets. Move them or not, you had to pay. So she gave you sets but she was renting these nightclubs. She would rent these nightclubs and she was doing day shows. And the thing what I liked about Darnessa was she had rehearsal space and everything. So she was really doing it really well. So it's like that money you spent on them tickets, like, cause first thing happened, you gonna go sell them to your mom, your sister, your aunt. You're gonna get the tickets off for the most part. But as you kept doing more and more shows, everybody not gonna keep buying them tickets. So you find yourself paying out your pocket for these shows. Let's be honest. But it was always a revolving door of artists and shows, and so Darnessa kept her shows going. And what she would have was these weekend rehearsals at this rehearsal space that I'm assuming she was paying for as well. And I met a lot of other MCs, and I met a lot of other artists, a lot of people that was doing her shows had to go to this rehearsal space on Saturdays, which I've never seen anyone do. Like I can't recall anyone as I got older really doing something like that for the artists, just having a place where they can just go. You mandatory had to go, and you mandatory had to perform your stuff. You had to do it over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like boot camp, and I really respect this lady for that. But I say all that to say this: she was really only one of the few people doing that. And if you got tired of doing Darnessa's shows, you really didn't have many options of other people doing stuff. So I tried to do what Darnessa did when I first started, and my first one flopped. But then after that, this is down in DC. After that, I started to realize, okay, you got to get out here and connect with rappers personally, meet them, and get with them and invite them to the thing. And you also got to have a prize. So I started doing the win $500, whatever, with the showcase prize. And boom, people started coming, started doing these showcases. People would mob up and come and try to win or what have you. So long story short, I started doing shows in DC, but ended up moving to New England. And for a couple of years, I fell off hard. I wasn't doing nothing, wasn't doing no shows, barely any music. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I started from scratch. I decided to pick up again, start doing shows in New England, start getting the same type of formula, getting rappers to come out doing the showcases. While I was doing that, I started building a name, and my name became popular with being able to amass a certain amount of people to sell a certain amount of tickets. That's when more established venues, like the venues called Jerky's, that used to be the premier hip-hop spot. It was really hard for me to get into Jerky's. You really had to prove yourself, and then, like I said before, once you actually were considered to be in there, you had to have this round table meeting where all these people, they would sit in these chairs in a circle and grill you on how you was gonna make them some money. So I had that meeting, I did it. They threw me a long shot show that gave me only 4 days to prepare for it. I knocked it out the park, the rest is history. So when I knocked that show out the park, they started to think, okay, well, this guy may be valuable with our bigger shows. So in walks the Krs-One event. My man Johnny J down there and Steve and a couple other people gave me the chance to get in on this show, and they was like, yo, we're gonna need you to host this, promote this, and sell tickets for your team, as well as get other rappers that can come on the bill and sell tickets for themselves. The tickets was, I believe it was 20 tickets at $20. I could be mistaken. I believe it was, basically the buy-in was $400 to get on this Krs-One show. And this is one of the first times I learned about these buy-ins, right? And a lot of people criticize these buy-ins, but they seem to only criticize it when it's the promoter doing it. But when the venue, when you walk in the Jerkins and they're like, it's a buy-in of $400 to be on the show, people scrounge the $400 and give it to them quickly. But with us, they got an issue, even though it's the same thing, right? So the buy-in was $400 to get the tickets. And the thing with me was, I'll give you $400 in tickets. You pay me at the show, which I'm going to tell you about how that backfired on me a lot. But Jerkies, you walk in the door with $400 and then you get your tickets, right? It's just smart business. But I am an artist, and I know it ain't easy to come up with $400. I do a lot of stuff for artists that a lot of people appreciate, but the more selfish or the more business-minded artists took it as, oh, he's trying to pimp the game and make money off us. I did a lot of stuff and took a lot of losses just so the artists wouldn't have to come out their pocket, many times. But the venues, they don't do that. You don't get one ticket till you pay the whole thing. And your name ain't going on nothing, no fly, nothing. You're not going to promise that you're going to pay. Because what happened every time they did, and I saw them when they would do it. The only people that want to do that is the people who don't have it. And they probably won't ever have it. So it's like, they're going to take the tickets and then try to get try to give you $80 or whatever and still get on. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a tough call. It's a tough sale. Either it's 200, 400, whatever it's going to be. I know it's Leeds up in Boston. He gets a lot of flack. He does that too. You got to pay the money, then you rock. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But I try to be very respectful of the artist, the artistry of it, because at the end of the day, it's artistry. Because when you get a lot of give me 400 and you get the rock, then you get a lot of dudes that either got money off hustling, so they just gonna give you the 400 like nothing, and then now they up. You know what I'm saying? Because it means nothing to them. Or you're gonna get somebody who giving you his whole paycheck to get on the show because it's Krs-One or whoever it is. And disclaimer, man, these videos are not about the artist performance. These are about what's going on behind the scene of the show. So if you keep coming here to find out how the artist rapped and all that, that's not this. These are behind the scene informational videos, bro. All right, so I get this gig with this KRS. This was a very, very big deal because, for one, Krs-One, out of all rappers, out of every rapper you're going to name, is my dream show. To meet KRS, to dap him up, to say what's up, to get a picture, to be in the presence of Krs-One is like a childhood dream. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me, we book Krs-One and we want you to host? Well, shit, you ain't got to tell me nothing else. I'm on that. When I put that flyer up, people started congratulating me. You finally made it, bro. Like, I put that flyer, they were like, people that grew up with me, like, you said you was going to do this. I can't believe it. You made it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just all I'm doing is hosting the show. But it's KRS. It's such a glamorous show to those of our age, right? It's so revered that it means so much to us that this is Krs-One. You know what I'm saying? We grew up watching this guy shape the whole business. Legit, it's facts. He shaped the business. This guy shaped what you see as hip hop right now. Shaped it in a lot of ways. Brash, young, talking that 9mm, go bang, all that, and then he was talking that teacher stuff at the same time. This guy was Jay-Z and Nas combined, bro. And this guy was a legend. So for me to get tapped to promote this show, you ain't saying nothing. I'd have done it. I do it for free, chicken, like Dave Chappelle say. I'll do it for free, chicken, like, you know. So I'm promoting this show and da-da-da, and people hitting me up. Yo, how can I get in the da-da-da? I'm like, you got to go to Jerkies. Because I don't want to be the one to tell you, you got to give me $400. And it wasn't my show to tell you that in the first place. I was just a promoter. So go to Jerky's, talk to them. I'm not gonna tell you what it costs. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. Just go to Jerky's. Go to Jerky's. I don't need nothing to do with this. Go to Jerky's. So people was going down there and people was getting on the show, blah, blah, blah. I'm building it up. We didn't do no, I'm almost 100% there was no open for Krs-One. First of all, they didn't need to. They just needed people to just bring their $400 and just go. The show's gonna sell itself. You know what I'm saying? The show's gonna sell itself. And that's the thing people don't get. They see these openers. They think that these openers are special people. Yeah, they be connected with the venue, but they don't have nothing to do with KRS. He didn't handpick them. They ain't on tour with him. Sometimes it be, don't get it twisted. Now, sometimes it'll be somebody on tour with KRS that literally paid money to be on tour with KRS. I know this for a fact. And a lot of these rappers will know that too. It's a lot of rappers that I've seen on tour with Slaughterhouse. They paid to get on the tour. On tour with Genia, Jizza, paid to get on the Raekwon. He had a couple guys. They paid to be, he next up on it, but he paid for that. $5-6 grand. You can go on 3 shows with Raekwon. And the promoter got to get him on, put his name on the flyer, all that, because he paid. Now that's where the conundrum comes as a promoter. Because now you got to put some dude on stage on your time. He didn't pay you, he paid Raekwon. He didn't pay you, he paid Jizza. He didn't pay you, he paid Button. But he get 20 minutes right before this guy, right? That's where the conundrum is. Because that 20-minute slot, that's something we could have sold, right? Once you understand this business ain't no joke, bro. It's all about money, and it's hilarious to see someone that's so clueless to this game that they think Raekwon came here for the love of hip-hop, all the openers got up there for the love of hip-hop, the DJs up there for the love of hip-hop, the venue just opened up because they love hip-hop, they love Shay Shay Legault, so they just gonna open up, everything is free. And it's funny that when they learn that, they get heartbroken. I'm like, bro, this is business, bro. How you think they got the fat gold chain? They got paid for it. Even KRS is getting paid, if not more than a lot of dudes, right? I couldn't afford KRS, but he wants half his money and the other half when he gets there. And he needed a car to pick him up, and he needed a hotel because he comes with his wife and everything, so it's like a whole thing. Costs a lot of money, bro. Jerky's ain't but so big. Jerky's at best wasn't supposed to hold more than 400 people. And that was the fire marshal, it was over the fire marshal limit. 400 was over already if they put 400 people in there. So they got to try to make their money back on alcohol, and they were selling food at the time. So it's an expensive show. So that's why they're telling you, give me the 400, and then you get to rock. And even with that, I know some guys who got the tickets because they know the people at the venue and didn't sell the tickets. And as a matter of fact, when it came showtime, quite a few of that kind of held the show back of people that was supposed to bring money and this and that. So it's like a whole thing. Even when you got it all worked out, it don't always work out, right? So long story short, I'm promoting the show. The flyers, mad blah. It's just like very simple. They kept it simple. It's KRS. You don't need a lot of writing because they're gonna come. They're gonna come for the show. The night of the show, right? Stuff is, just little stuff is happening. I get that in dumb early. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do sound checks and all this and that. Another one, I don't know what it is with these shows, with these venues. For some reason, even the best rappers tend to be late or do stuff that's not conducive to a show going smooth. And I'm gonna tell you this, Joe, when I first heard this, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, are you serious? Did this really happen? Like, my man Johnny comes back upstairs because we're getting close to showtime, and I think we're supposed to do a sound check or what have you. And KRS wasn't gonna do a sound check for whatever reason. KRS had in the contract that they had to pick him up in a car. And the vehicle had to be a Lincoln Town, whatever, I don't know. Don't stop me exactly, because then people get caught up in the details. All I know is that they had to pick him up in the car. So I go, Johnny, how was KRS? What's going on? What's good? He said, man. He basically was like, if I never talk to this dude again, it'd be too soon. I was like, what? What do you mean? This KRS, what happened? He said the dude would not speak directly to me. He said we was in a vehicle. It was him, and he said, I believe it might have been his wife or assistant or someone. He said, I would ask KRS a direct question, and he would look at her and answer her and tell her to address me. I said, are you serious? He said the dude would not acknowledge my existence in the car. I was like, I don't even believe. I don't believe this. I don't believe. I ain't want to believe. I said, I can't believe. I'm sitting there rationalizing, like, it must be a reason. Johnny J must did something, or I don't know what. I can't understand why KRS would be acting like this, right? This is the teaching. You know what I'm saying? Why would he be doing this? So boom, the show starts. We start the show. Openers getting. I'm just jumping to the whole. Openers start going up, but we got probably, I don't know. I'm gonna go on a guess and say, let's just say 6, 7 openers. Plus I got to put my crew on. Or whatever, audio liquor, we got to get on with them. And people are performing, and we get the word that he has a surprise artist with him. It's like, oh, he brought a surprise artist. Who's this surprise? You gonna have a surprise? Da, da, da. Come to find out, at the time, KRS was working on the album with BUCKSHOT SHORTY of Boot Camp Click. And he was there. And they was gonna do songs off the new, because they had a song already, and they was gonna do more music off of the thing. So, we like, oh shit, we gonna get the show of our life. We gonna get KRS and BUCKSHOT SHORTY. They're gonna perform together. Right? KRS and BUCKSHOT SHORTY finally come in the venue. They have the VIP set up. Everything, I don't know what is what. I don't remember what was out, what wasn't out. It was a hectic night. Or as always, these shows are hectic, they weird, they crazy. All I do remember, right, is after hearing the Johnny J story, I'm on eggshells trying not to, because he's like, bro, straight up, dude's an asshole. Like, he's like an asshole. Like, yo, the asshole. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. No sooner that KRS gets in there and these openers are opening. Mind you, I think we have maybe 1 or 2 more groups to go. KRS goes, fuck that. Fuck that. Give me that mic. We starting this shit right now. We're like, yo, what the fuck? Fuck that. Yo, like, took the mic. Mind you, wasn't supposed to go on yet. It ain't even about the openers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't time. People not even there yet. Like, people are there, and it's a crowd, but they're not, you need time to build. People still drinking. Venues don't like when you start the headliner too soon, because then people stop drinking. It's just a fact. They go and start hanging up the front. Doing all they're doing that for an hour. Who's drinking? You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, you cutting the head off of the club when you go up too soon. Because now they stop drinking, they're trying to pay attention to you. Say 1, 2, like all that. So now he just X'd out 2 to 3 openers that, mind you, have paid their $400. Like I said before, once the headliner goes up, people. So you paid $400 to watch Chris perform. You didn't even get on stage, right? This dude kicked everybody off the stage. Everybody off the stage. And it was disrespectful. It wasn't like, yo, let's start. I'm ready to go. It was like, get the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, get the fuck out of here. Fuck this, fuck that shit they doing. Like the openers was trash, or whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, they could have been trash, but they human beings, bro. There's a better way to do that. right? It's a better way to do that. And I get it that he's KRS and this is hip hop and blah, blah, blah. But it was mad fucking disrespectful. So, he kicks them all off the stage. And I'm looking, I'm like, he's trying to get the DJ to get... So you got up there and then it wasn't ready. So now you're up there checking the mic and trying to check all this shit up on stage, which the sound check that you missed could have did that. Right? And then you're up on stage trying to figure out what you're gonna do. So you just took the openers down to do a glorified sound check. And then they start going and rocking, and then now you're yelling at the sound man. Right? You're yelling at the sound man, you're yelling at this and that, that, that. Yo, wait a fucking minute. So it turns into, to me, I just went to the back. I was waiting my whole life for this show. Right? I was waiting my entire life for this show. And it turned into something ugly and mad negative to me, in my opinion. Because the sound didn't sound right. It sounded like he's screaming and the beat is under him. It just sounded bad. And then BUCKSHOT came out. They tried to do their song, but one of their mics was off. It just was bad. But when you do a sound check, they work that out in sound check. But when these people are so big, they think that the little venue, they don't got to deal with it. They just come in and scream at the sound man. You understand what I'm saying? So, long story short, and I didn't even touch half the stuff because I forgot most of the stuff that really annoyed me about this show, right? But for the most part, when I left that, when that show, I didn't even care. This is my idol, bro. I didn't even care what he was rapping about by the time that show was over. And I know he saw it in my face. He looked at me when he was on the stage. He just looked at me. Was like, it is what it is, bro. Because I was in the front excited about this. I was like, yo, I've been waiting for this all shit. And it just got so, it just was so poorly executed that I didn't even care. I went to the back, chilling with wifey, just drinking. I didn't even care. And he tried to walk around the venue and hype it up, and people was just checked out. I mean, yeah, people was like, it's KRS, they're gonna get into it, but it was not what it could have been. He could have let that build, let the openers perform, let the music build, let the tension build. Everybody would have been like, yo, let's do it, Chris is here, yo, it's gonna be crazy. Let it build up. Then do a nice, solid intro. Do it right. But I'm almost certain that I don't quote this, but I think that he even dipped that night. I don't even think they stayed. But see, you got to understand too, and this is where politics come to play. And I'm about to tell you some real shit. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. But KRS used to do the big venue here called Lupo's. Every year he came. He did the big-ass venue, 2,000 people. It was packed because everybody's coming to see the teacher. But after a while, they're not coming to the venue to see it no more because it's not that hot no more. It's just the nature of the beast. So now you at Jerky's that really holds 200, 300, 400 people at the best. Like I said, 400, the fire marshal's going to tell you to close it down. So you're holding less than 400 people, which on a good night looks amazing, right? All motherfuckers won't tell you. I would say this shit. It looks great, but it's not Lupo's. So if you're KRS and you're used to Lupo's and you're getting booked for considerably less, because Lupo's not going to keep paying you to put half the people in there. So now you're going to Jerky's. Right? Don't take it out on Jerky's. You understand? Don't take it out on Jerky's. Don't treat Johnny J like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And don't treat the openers who there to see your ass just like everybody else like assholes either. Right? So that's what really happened. Anybody that disputed, let me know in the comments or call me. I'm here. Let me know what you feel. My name is Chuck Wick. Thank y'all for watching, man. I'm gonna keep y'all on the flip side. Peace.